So I was here in the Sammy Davis room here, and we are, unmute myself. So yeah, we had to come down really quick to do a, a group of people that are getting together for the Las Vegas women that are making a difference. And I'm here representing Regener8tive, and I'm here actually in Sammy Davis's bedroom in his closet. Sounds kind of weird, but we're getting ready to do a quick meeting here, so I'm gonna start admitting people. So anyway, but this is the group of people that are coming in, and we're doing a luncheon and a group. So funny. Tony and Catherine, you're both here, but starting to admit people in the room. But I had to come down. It was invited to this women and kind of women in excellence that they're putting together for people that are doing things in Las Vegas to make a difference. And so I thought it was going to be over by 12, but they're doing a tour now, so I'm kind of stuck here for a second. But it's funny where I'm at. I'm in Sammy Davis's closet. This is where he used to stay when he would come to Las Vegas. And so it's quiet in here. You can see there's a group of people that are kind of doing a tour right behind me. But anyway, it's just kind of strange how things always happen. So, but Tony, and I wanted to introduce you to Catherine, and then Tomer, I'll get to you in just a second. I've got a couple of other people that are coming in as we're talking. But Catherine is a good friend of Tina's. You've seen her on the call with us with Mastery in Under Pressure. And Tony Drexel Smith is the US cap, mid cap, that does a lot of great fundraising and helping people raise capital. And he is I'll let you just explain to her really quick what you do, Tony. And then and I've got a couple of other people I want to introduce you to. There's some people going to be on the call. I had an issue with my link that went out for some reason, and they are looking for people that have 3 million in revenue and that have a valuation of over 100 million. So if you've got anybody that fits that, I've got a SPAC looking for those groups of people. So I need to introduce you to Chris Ryan on that. Okay.
Well, thank you, Rosalie. Catherine, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I like the statue behind you. That's nice.
I love horses.
I've spent 25 years in the business finance world. I started out as an entrepreneur right out of the military. I went to college and started a business. I owned a 3-star French restaurant in LA. I was the youngest employee by 20 years. But my family had been in a restaurant since I was a kid. So owning a restaurant was just a natural fit, and going to college, raising kids, and having a job didn't fit. So I was unemployable. So I just started a business. Found out how hard it was to raise money. So I focused my college degree on business finance, and ultimately became a professional business plan writer, got into valuation work, learning how to do pre-money, post-money, studied hundreds of different valuation methodologies. Ultimately shifted into equity and debt documentation. So underwriting, due diligence, documentation, research. About 13 years ago, I started a study on what were the commonalities amongst successful and failed businesses, and the commonalities amongst companies that got funded and those that didn't. Took 10 years to do the study, studied 300 companies that were engaged by me or my companies. And we came up with a vetting process. And that vetting process is now 3 years. Been used for 3 years now. It's been very helpful to hundreds of companies. It's a scoring system that we use that's got both objective and subjective processes in it with the 10 years worth of research to back it up. So companies that score well, we recommend funding based upon the situation that company's in. There are 16 different capital markets, And within those 16 capital markets, there are dozens of different ways to capitalize a company. So one of the things that our vetting process does is not only determines feasibility of funding, probability of success, but it also determines what's the best capital type for the situation that the company's in. We also deliver the cost of that capital, how long it'll take, and what documents are required. Average client ends up spending $25,000 to $50,000 with us. We have a relationship with Rosalie where we do a front end product that's very low cost, about $1,250 for what's known as a situation analysis, and $2,500 for what's known as a transaction analysis. Those two documents we provide to Rosalie and her group and any entrepreneurs or opportunities that come to Regener8tive in a way to be able to provide a preliminary deep dive, really, of whether there's feasibility of funding and potential for success. So that's a quick rundown for you. I hope that it answers any questions, and it was a good overview.
Yeah, thank you. And so Catherine, I think you're kind of new on the call. There's a few other people that are here that have been on the call. I see Tina's in the room is with us as well. And so the main thing that we do here is that we for 30 minutes, we basically talk about updates of what we're doing, and then also and then we go around the room really quick to figure out what people need. So we make it very efficient. And so I know that I said I wanted to give you a few minutes as well. So I want to make sure everybody's on the call when I'm still admitting a bunch of people because sometimes they're late. So I'm going to wait for just a second. But if there's anybody on the call that is specifically waiting or wanting something from us, if they have like a desire that they need help with, whether it's our network or whether it's with funding or whether it's just with brainstorming a solution, we spend this time just basically doing that. And then I'm going to stop that, and then I'm going to tell you about where we're updated on where we're going with the mentoring program. That's why I'm down here, like I said, in this closet where Sammy Davis. So you guys need to understand why I'm in here. I came down for a quick meeting. I thought it was a quick meeting. It's for like a women's in excellence for people that are doing. Anyway, I'll tell you in just a second because everybody. But Tina, go ahead and tell us, or not Tina, Catherine, since you're kind of new, if there's something that you need help with, or what do you do?
So you and I got connected through Tina for one thing, but I do two things. So I have a nonprofit that we're working on, which is the whole higher purpose around the foster care and the foster care system. And then of course I have a company that I'm in the middle of taking public. Tony, I'm actually working with a company similar to yours right now, going through that whole process, which is very extensive around getting funded. So my nonprofit, which is why Tina and I connected you, was that I have a nonprofit that my late husband and I started years ago. And what it is, it's a two-pronged approach. One around, there's a whole thing around veterans, which was important to him. And then for my part was that there's over 500,000 children in the US foster care system right now, and 350,000 are available for adoption right now. And it costs less than $1,000 to adopt these kids. I was personally adopted when I was 16, and I went on to get married, and I adopted my twins out of the foster care system as well when they were babies. They're now 16. And so I'm clear the impact that if we raise the awareness around these children that are in the foster care system, and we dispel the myths about adopting these children, especially children who are older like I was, I'm clear that because of the opportunity that my adopted family gave me, I am the woman that I am today, making the difference that I make. And so with being less than $1,000 to adopt these children, if we look at, there's more than 350,000 churches in the US. If each church, each congregation took on finding a family to adopt one child, it would eliminate all those children like that. And then if those children went on, even 1% of those children, that's 3,500 children, went on to make a difference and be inspired like I was, the impact that they would make in the world. And then there's the whole financial implications of what the tax burden that it relieves off of the US taxpayer system by getting those children out of foster care. And then on the back end, when these children no longer have to age out of foster care system. Children aging out, unfortunately, statistically end up on the streets in drugs, prostitution, then the prison system, which is a whole other financial burden on the US taxpayer. So the ripple effect of this is huge. It's mind-blowing when you think of, you know, what we could do by getting all these children adopted. So that's my nonprofit. And then there's the whole veteran part, which my husband passed away a few years ago, and you know, we haven't really done anything with that. So that's where Rosalie and I connected, which was really exciting. And then I have a hedge fund and another company where we invest in non-performing notes with banks. We get them performing and then get them back on the open market. And so my whole thing with that is to become Arizona's first female billionaire, so that I have a platform and the funds available, go out and really focus on my nonprofit. So those are just a few things I'm up to.
So what can we,
Thank
what's
you.
one thing, you don't know who's on the call or who will be seeing this call. So what's one thing that we could do to help you? Think about it for just a second. I'm going to go
Yeah,
to
let me think about that.
So I'm going to ask, we're going to go around the room in just a second, but I want to update everybody on what's going on with the program, the mentoring program. So I'm meeting down here right now, like I said, in Sammy Davis's bedroom, where he used to stay because he wasn't allowed to be on the strip. So I'm here, and this is where this is his closet, but this is his bedroom right behind me. You guys can see that, right? That's where he used to sleep, and this is his room. Okay, so there you see it. You've been in Sammy Davis's room. All right, now, but what I'm doing, oops, what did I just do? Oh, we are revitalizing historic downtown West Side, and we're trying, and one of the things we're doing is mentoring veterans and youth to become more resilient in their communities. And Michael Hayden's on the call. So Mike, just I got to keep everybody just to 2 minutes because we don't have a lot of time. But what is it that we can do? I know that everybody on the call really knows what's going on, but what's 2 things that we can do to help you and help this program get better aligned? And I've got people that are bringing in veterans. I'm meeting with some people. That's what I'm here for, is meeting with veterans and youth. Both are going to be here because I was asked to come down. It's an award thing for women in excellence doing thing in Las Vegas. So I've got I'm happy to get that, but I also have quite a bit of people that I'm going to be talking to today. So what's 2 things that we can do? One thing that we can do to help. Mike, you got to mute.
Sure. Hi guys, how are you doing? So yeah, for me right now, I'm actually just developing the curriculum for based upon the timeline. So restructuring my curriculum to meet the veterans' needs or to meet the needs of the potential students in our group here to be able to attend the next course. So right now I'm pretty self-sustaining and just ready to enact that, enact the courses whenever you guys are ready.
Yeah, because you've already done them in San Diego, right? They've been successful in San Diego. We saw that. So what I'm asking for Regener8tive is to go on to our website, donate $25 so I have your name in our Rolodex. And then when we start issuing and doing things like this, you're in our funnel. So the first 100 people that are in the funnel actually get to vote on which programs we're going to be doing. So make sure, if you haven't gone to Regener8tive, it's just $25. If you need me to spot you 25, I'll do it. I just want you to get in so that you can be, part of the group. So Alberto, is there something that we can help you with in the next, like I said, it's got to be one quick question that you need help with, or answer that you need help with.
Well, for Regener8tive, for Seed Growth, I'm starting an application process for the grant on education from the Department of Education. So I'll be working on that. And help on my projects, we're still looking for almost $10.5 million to fund 3 different projects. One in Texas, 3.25 million. One in California, 2 million. And one in Nevada, $5 million, which is probably the largest discovery of oil and gas in the continental United States. So that's where we're at.
What I like about your project is it actually is helping the environment because of it's refurbing those gas wells and oil wells that are having issues that are not good for the environment. So I like that that's what you're doing. Tony,
Correct.
is there something that you need from us? Is there anybody on this call that we can help you with anything?
No, these are all people I'm pretty familiar with for the most part.
Okay. Leo, is there anything that you need help with in the next? I just need you to unmute. And then Tomer, you'll be next.
If anything, maybe if organizations or companies are looking to get the word out about something and might be interested in sponsoring some kind of up and coming writers that I'm working on, connecting new writers with people who want to get their word out, so we can get the kind of mutually beneficial relationship there. So if you have any need to do that, let me know and we can see what we can connect you with.
Talk about writers, like writers for software programs or writers for blogs or writers for books?
So blogs mostly, although I know several of them write other things as well. So if you want anything written, let me know. But specifically looking at blogs and kind of working to get your message out to various audiences.
Okay, Tomer, you're next, and then Tina, you're next after Tomer.
Hi, so yeah, we are looking for investor for the startup, and we started to prepare the document.
Can't hear you. Pull your mic up. We can't hear you.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
A little better.
Okay, so we started the application process with Tony, and we are looking for an investor for the startup.
Hold the mic up. Talk loud.
Yeah, so we are looking for investors for our startup, the diving visibility startup. Yeah.
Okay, and we haven't vetted Tomer yet. I don't know that you've jumped in and done your TASOS or anything, but until we get more familiar with that, it's difficult for us as Regener8tive to get behind that. So that's one of the things that I need you to do, and also go on to Regener8tive. And I don't know if you've already put your information in there, so you're part of the group or not. So I need you to do that next. Okay, so Tom, if we'll come back if people have questions.
All our information with Tony Firm. I will add you also to get information. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Tina, you look great
Yes.
in that blue, by the way.
Oh, thank you. So I have a program called Mastery Under Pressure, and I am looking to create a beta group for VP and higher executives to take them through the program so that they can vet it and then hopefully spread it. So
Okay.
if you or anybody else is dealing with pressure and people in your organization, I would love to talk to you.
What's the minimum size of the organization that you need?
500 and up, 500 to
500.
1,000.
Okay. All right. And then Martin, you're next. And then Gail, if you want to mute your phone, then if you want to talk, if I don't see your thing unmute, then I'm going to go to Paul. Martin. Martin? Okay, Paul.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, go ahead, Martin.
Hi, everyone. I'm in the preliminary stages of putting a capital table together with startup or seed investors for a clean tech company. What we have is a proven technology. It's a microbial inoculant, and the competency of the microbial inoculant or the liquid formula is to accelerate the decomposition of waste, namely organics and synthetics. So the technology and the capability of the microbes does have the ability to accelerate the decomposition of synthetics such as petroleum-based plastics. And it is a proven technology that works in a 3 to 10 week process.
So can you
depending
update
on
us on the,
feedstock.
can you update us on the call that you had? Because I like everyone to know that you're moving forward. So what is it that the call that you had? How did that go?
We had a couple of different calls over the last 24 hours. One was with a group that was successful in launching a documentary called Kiss the Ground. And Kiss the Ground is specifically focused on the importance of healthy soil, clean water, and clean energy. So
Okay, so
effectively, when you have clean soil, you produce clean energy that then is a carbon sequestration process that captures carbon as well as helps grow plants and vegetables with less resources in a faster amount of time and creates a higher quality product.
Okay, so is that the call that you had that was successful, that they want to do a documentary on you? Is that what it is?
They want to leverage the documentary as a way to drive interest to our particular product process and create a funnel to bring investors.
Okay, and then did you get another study back from the people that did your independent study of your actual compost to show that it indeed performs like you thought it would?
At the worst case scenario, the performance was a net 33% benefit. The way that breaks down is it reduced the trash by 16.5% and increased the compost by 16.5%, equating a 33% gain. Now, the downside to that particular test is they did not follow our protocol, into which our co-founder said if they were to follow the protocol, we'd have closer to an 80% net gain.
So will you be doing another test, giving them and finding someone that's more obedient?
Yeah, we're in the midst of another test with the second largest waste handler in the nation. And they're desirous of engaging. It's just a matter of solidifying the agreements between the acquirer of the exit product, which would be the compost, the processor, and then the feedstock provider, which is the waste handler. So it goes in concert in an effort to help these landfills and waste handlers mitigate the legislation that's come into law in the state of California, which is penalizing landfills for not diverting 50% of their organics. And
Okay.
2021, at the end of 2021, it'll be 75% of their organics are required to be diverted from the landfill.
Okay, stay on the call. So if anybody else has any questions for anybody, okay, Dell? Anything we can help you with? And then Paul, you're next.
Well, no, I'm actually just getting my fingers in a lot of pies here in Sedona with, you know, trying to find viable candidates there was an open city council position. And then I had people come over to my garden today, and it wasn't a big group, but we got some things done. So I'm just kind of focusing on local things here, and I don't really have an ask or need for anything right now. That's just a report from.
Good to see your face as usual. Okay, how about you, Paul? Is there anything we can help you with?
Nice to see you.
I think first I'd actually love if Catherine, if you have a website or info on the nonprofit, I'd love if you post that for the group.
Yeah, you can put that in your chat. You know how to put it in the chat. There's a thing there. Put your information. Anybody that wants information from other people, look at the chat and put your information in there, so we can. Go ahead, Paul.
Great. Yep. And that's pretty much it for this week. I'm working on some stuff, hoping to share with you guys next meeting or the one after that.
Okay. All right. Before we ask any questions of each other, so anybody on the call that is wanting to sign up for mentorship, I don't know that I'm going to need that many more people, but I would like about 4 solid from our group, and we're going to have 8 solid from the veterans group. So and what that would consist of would be 3 hours, 3 to 6 hours. And if you don't want to do certifications, so there's 2 different levels. If you want to be certified in IT, you're going to have to do what we need you to do to be certified, and that would be 6 hours a week, and then one time a month, you come for a 6-hour training on hands training for certification. And that goes from either 30 days to 4 months. If you just want to be a mentor and you just want to help these veterans and youth to stay engaged, it would only be 2 hours a week is all it would be. And if you want to show up to the training session so that you can meet these people and work shoulder to shoulder, then it would just be 2 hours a month. So you're talking, you know, less than 8 hours or 10 hours a month is what it would be. And if you can, like I said, first I have to have you vetted. So you have to go on to Regener8tive, put your name in there, and then let me know you want to be a mentor. And I would really appreciate it. And I would ask that you commit to either being, you know, and if you want to just audit the class and you don't want to pay for the certifications, we have to talk to Mike about that. I don't know what the charge would be, but if you want to be certified in IT, we're not sure the total amount right now, but it's between 400 and 450 depending on how many participants we have, and that would be to get certified. So it's not, you know, a daunting amount, but it definitely, if you know someone who's looking for a job that's $20 an hour job to up to 40, depending on if you continue with the certification. Now the longer certification for 4 months is actually $3,000 because there's many tests that you have to take. But that is, and Mike, if I'm misspeaking or representing, please stop me, but that's my understanding. So I would like you to be on, you know, be engaged, and I would like 4 solid people because I want to show that we have a group of people that have made a difference. And the next thing, like I said, we're doing with Regener8tive is we're creating these communities, and we're going to be using these programs and these type of collaborative action groups to show that we have traction. So I can come down here to the west side and to different places and show what we're doing and that we have a great track record and we can get funding. We're looking to do some pretty big developments in the opportunity zone and using these beta tests or pilot tests to show anybody's projects. So anybody's projects that just we mentioned, Catherine, if you've got one, and Leo and all, Albert and Tomer and Gail, when you get one, and Paul and Tina, Martin, all you guys, this is what's going to show that we, you know, maybe we don't look great on paper, but I'll tell you what, we are boots on the ground and we do not stop, and we're relentless until we accomplish our task. And we have a group of people behind us that are willing to do it shoulder to shoulder with us. So any questions on that?
Rosalie, are you connected with either Nature Conservancy or Trust for Public Land in Nevada?
No, could you send the link to them?
Yeah,
or
so
would
let's talk about that because I think it'd be a great resource for
Would you
this
send
project.
the link, and then would you mind even maybe, Paul, I need your help because I'm only getting 4 hours of sleep, just like Tony now. I've joined Tony's group, and he and I email at 1 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning. So if you could just do something for me and set that up, or at least reach out to them, and I'll send you a pitch deck. Tony should have it finished and we'll get it out to you and you can send it over to them.
Great.
Okay. Anybody else?
Rosalie, real quick, I just wanted to say the total cost, if you're just attending and you have your own tools and computers or laptops, that the price is much lower than that for anybody in this group. We'd have to crack the code on that, but for the total cost for the 6-month or 7-month program would be less if you had your own equipment.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm working with getting scholarships for those people, and what it is, it's going to be a partial scholarship. So nothing is going to be for free, even if they're homeless vets. They have to find someone that'll sponsor them. And, and I'm asking, for people to help sponsor them so that they have some skin in the game, and then they return that fee that we paid for them back to the community so that we can pay for the next vets or youth or people in need. Because I do believe our program is pay it forward and pay it back. So anybody else have any questions for anybody about me? And then does anybody have any questions for anybody in the group?
Just real quick, 2 more organizations, Rosalie and Michael. Are you guys connected with either a group called the Mission Continues, which is a veterans volunteering organization, or Community Solutions, which is has a big focus on getting veterans out of chronic homelessness? If not, I'll
No.
make those connections as well. Okay.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
No.
that'd be great. Yeah, I'm connected with a lot, but the more the merrier. Thank you.
Great,
Thank you,
great.
Paul.
Okay, so is there anybody else have any other questions for anybody on the call? Okay, so everybody mentioned something. Everybody has, some skin in the game. We all are, the one thing we have in common in this group is everybody is a collaborator, and they have a common denominator that they believe in having a social impact along with an economic impact. I believe that givers should occasionally get back, because I think we give way too much and we don't get back, and that's not sustainable. So we need to make sure that we're profitable and our nonprofits have surplus to run our organization, so we don't have to keep going out to donors. I know that Olga just joined the meeting. I think she's in a different time zone, but we only have 3 minutes. So Olga, if you want, you can just tell us really quick. We just do 2 minutes, so you have to keep it short. What is it that we can help you with? It's not about a pitch deck about what you're doing. What can we help you with as a group? You don't know who's on the call, I know, but what is it that we can help you with? But you have to unmute your phone or your computer.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosalie. It's a pleasure to be with you here. And I love your mission and your vision. I am a senior. I don't want to tell my age, but I'm very active as a social entrepreneur. What I would like from all of you is just to get to know you. That's all for now. Yes, it's wonderful to have your group, to meet your group.
Well, great. Okay, well, we're just gonna have a seat right here on Sammy's bed. And if anybody wants to say what they want to check out with, how they're feeling, or if they have any, I'm just going to say I'm excited and focused. And does anybody have 2 words that they'd like to check out with? We've got a few minutes, and we just do this for fun. It kind of gets us to know each other a little bit better. So if anybody wants to pipe in, I'm going to mute my phone and you all can do that.
So
Say
I'm
that.
inspired. I'm inspired and just happy to have my friend Catherine on here. So there we go. Go ahead.
Energized by everyone's passion.
Say it again. I didn't hear you. What?
Well, I said I'm just energized by everybody's passion. Everybody's trying to do something hard, so really appreciate that.
Okay.
I feel grounded and energetic today.
So really quick, Rosalie, so there's other nonprofits that I keep hearing about, and friends that have other nonprofits that are in the world of veterans. I mean, does it make sense to connect you guys to see if you can all collaborate and help even more?
Please,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay, so I'll send emails to connect everybody.
Thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
But do you have 2 words that you feel right now? Just what do you feel? 2 words.
Excited and inspired.
Thanks. Anybody else?
Excited and optimistic.
What?
He said excited and optimistic. Anybody else? All right. I love you guys and I really appreciate you. I try to keep it in between the 12:30 because I know we're at lunchtime and some people have to eat lunch and get back to work. So we will continue on this journey together and onward and upward. They're changing the culture from I to we, right? So,
Sounds great.
okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Rosalie.
Thank you all. Thanks,
All right.
Rosalie.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Don't tell my husband
great
I've been
week.
on Sammy Davis's bed. He won't like that. Bye.